Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC recently dropped, and let me tell you that this newly added story mode is a bit underwhelming. Hear me out. Don't get me wrong, the adrenaline rush I felt after playing the Side Order DLC was like a breath of fresh air, as I and many others have been patiently waiting for this newly added content for months. After I allowed the DLC marinate in my brain for a little bit, there are missing pieces to the puzzle that are leaving a sour taste in my mouth. Before I get started on my little rant, don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're seeing so far. Also, spoiler warning for those who have not been in the Side Order DLC yet. You got 3 seconds to click off. Go. Okay, I think we're in the all clear now. Keep rolling! Jumping back onto the main topic of this video, let me point out some of the things I really like about Side Order. First thing is aesthetics. I feel like I could literally take a bite out of the screen and taste chocolate in my mouth. It's so good and crisp and clean. If Splatoon 2's Final Fest ended with the winning of Order, that's what it would look like. That's exactly what I imagine it. So it's perfect. It's amazing. Second, I like the post-story mode content that you receive after you beat it, the gear and stuff. I'm telling you right now, the Order earrings replicas, they have me on a chokehold right now. Send help. Third, the return of Incomplete Square, baby! Let's freaking go! Checkmate, welcome home, cheater posters. We are back home, baby! Yeah! Fourth, I really like the difficulty spikes that makes the story mode more satisfying to complete. Sure, there are easier quote-unquote levels that you can complete as you climb the spiral, but as you move along, it gets increasingly difficult as you tread along, and it forces you to pick those more difficult challenges. So it's really refreshing. And finally, the lore implications of what happened after Final Fest in the remains of Cambo Cove through Marina's Death Diaries. If you unlock these diary entries, you learn more about Marina's past and her relationships with those around her, like Pearl, Ock, and 8. Definitely recommend taking a look at those logs when you got the chance. Now let's address the salmonid in the room. The negatives. As a diehard Nintendo fan, I usually just shut up and eat whatever crumbs the devs are throwing at us and just suck it up. But as a human with opinions and independent thinking, I got a few complaints. Where in the living heck is our boy Agent 4? We barely get any info about where they've been other than confused side glances and a small description of Agent 4 by Order himself, and I quote,
"This is who Marina wanted in charge of the mean for security? This unfollowable free spirit so-and-so? I would never abide that. But no reason such strength shouldn't be used to protect the world of Order. And Order Defense Force is much cooler than New Big Platoon anyway. No laws do this. Let me be on our quest."
That was actually really good. Agent 4 in the DLC was heavily underused, and that makes me kind of disappointed. If Agent 4 was set to be the head of security, then Order could have used him as some sort of last line of defense before Agent 8 and the others reached to the 30th floor in the spiral. It would have been a perfect Agent 3-esque fight. Imagine it, an Order remix of Incoming blast the speakers around you as an unrecognizable Agent 4 looms over you with an army of robots behind them. Order has just downloaded a portion of its code into Agent 4 that removes their limiter and allows them to switch color chip concentrations at will. Oh boy, that would have been one heck of a boss fight. Let me know down below how you would put Agent 4 into the whole Order DLC down below in the comments. I am dying to know. Justice for Agent 4, I tell you. Also, what is Ock's purpose in the entire DLC other than sitting there in the elevator doing jack squat? Don't get me wrong, Ock is really cool, and I admit, their songs are fire, but who let the developers cook here? Okay, hear me out. Agent 4 replaces Deadfish. Boom! Agent 4 has a purpose to be in the Splatoon universe.
Why you boring me? I'm right.
Another thing that threw me off a bit is how repetitive side order can get. After your first climb up the spiral and you get the first ending and all that good stuff, you realize that, wait, I gotta climb it again several times to unlock everything in this freaking DLC. If you just go one and done with this whole DLC, you are missing out on a lot of lore and gear that you could have unlocked as you progress. Not to mention also the color chips, you gotta collect all of them too. It begins to feel like a chore since you already know what's coming and there isn't much afterwards other than the rewards. It especially hits hard if you are prone to fail continuously, like me. And then when you try to start again where you left off, you realize you don't have enough pearls to retry. So now you gotta restart all that progress you just made. I guess this sort of system is in place to help with the replayability of the DLC as a whole, but come on Nintendo, I mean, look at Octo expansion. If you are struggling on a level, you can just leave and play a different one available to play, and then you work from there. But in Side Order, you can't do that because you gotta be careful on which level you choose to complete. If you pick a harder level in hopes to get more membucks and you fail, well, you're screwed. Anyway, Side Order DLC is a solid 7 out of 10 experience. Do I prefer Octo expansion over Side Order? Yeah. Do I wish if there was more to offer? Yes. But with the cards we're dealt with, it's not a bad thing. That is all subscribe button.